Hello, welcome to a brand new video. Today we're looking at Terra, Herald of Hope, which is the Final Fantasy VI Precon Face Commander, which is available in Arena. It's pretty cool to have these available. Just do a search and you'll be able to see Terra. And the deck is not the Precon from paper, just to make it more confusing. Those paper Precons, all of those cards actually not available. It's just to 2 face commanders from each deck. I know it's confusing. Don't look at me. It was Wizards. But I guess they just ran out of time, so just put the face commanders in. But this is pretty cool because it's a Mardu Reanimator build, and she's pretty awesome, actually. After playing with her a bit, you do start to see the potential. I think when you first look at her, she doesn't look that special. But let's have a look. So beginning of combat on your turn, mill 2 cards, and she gets flying to her turn, which is a bit odd, I suppose. But then she says whenever she deals damage to a player, and it should be quite easy because she has flying. You can pay 2. When you do, return a creature with power 3 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Okay, so she's a reanimator card. Pretty simple. The way I want to abuse this is to have a few more things that mill, because we want to pack our graveyard as much as possible. So we've got Ripples of Undeath, which is really nice, just to keep milling every single turn. And you've got like random things like Liliana, which fills your graveyard with cards from your hand. Sephiroth, which sacrifices creatures to put them in the graveyard. And you've got interesting things like Garland, which lets you surveil whenever non-creature spells cast. So then you can play this from the graveyard. So there's a lot of awesome synergies here. And then we're going to abuse the 2 Titans. We've got Croxer and we've got Flage. Now, these are probably the 2 of the strongest cards in the deck. It's insane to see them in the deck together because when you have lots of stuff in your graveyard, these will enter it, and then you can play them from the graveyard by exiling other things. So it's really fantastic. You've got the cool things as well, like Squall, which can bring back fetch lands from your graveyard and small creatures. We have Elspeth Conquers Death, which also brings back something from the graveyard. Sun Titan brings back small things too, including your commander. There's lots of cyclical synergies going on. They're going around and around in circles. We've got some fantastic card advantage cards like Painful Truths, which is just really, really wonderful. Black Market Connections. Then we've got a VNAT, which lets you draw a card whenever a legendary spell is cast, which is really quite wonderful. So there's a lot of awesome things going on. It's quite complex, but on my channel, I do like complexity. I like going through a lot of hoops. And you know what? I've never actually had a single person, I think, ever complain about that, which is quite nice. People complain about a lot of shit on the channel, but at least I have the dignity of having interesting and complex decks, which a lot of other creators don't seem to have. They just cram powerful things in and call it a day. But I love jumping through hoops and being rewarded those endorphins for doing interesting, cool things. And I think this deck is definitely... You've also got Bloodcast and Skyclave Shade, which return to the battlefield by themselves as well. There's a couple of just extra things you can do. I just keep thinking of more cool things. Be a Selfless Spirit as well. You can save your team with this by sacrificing it. And then guess what? When Terra goes into combat, you can pay 2, you can return it, and it comes back again. It doesn't exile self, it doesn't have finality counter. It is truly, truly wonderful. And I hope you guys enjoy today's video. Any questions, ask me in the comments below. And if you enjoy the video, don't forget to like, subscribe. And if you want to support me, you can become a child patron, in which you get to choose a commander that I'll make a video on. Awesome, let's get into it. Oh, we get to face Clive, mono red, Ifrit's Dominant. Very cool card. I just put this exact artwork in a booster, in fact. We have a lot of removal, I must say. We can deal with most of their things. Land on top is fine, but we do need a white source, or we can't really do much else, annoyingly. We can play this guy. But realistically, how much is this going to do, you know? We'll see. This is one of those cards, by the way, with such strange artwork, and it's kind of like it almost looks like a magic carpet stuck to the side of a, like, some kind of hedron thing. 3 damage, so the Skyclave Shade is dead. Okay. 1 Power Stone, that's decent. But I'd rather, yeah, I could have played the Skyclave Shade, but I'd rather just ramp here. It's annoying because the Power Stone is an artifact, and red is very, very good at destroying artifacts, so this might not last. And it will slow us down quite a bit, but again, we don't really have much, we don't have white mana, so we can't do too much. Staff of Completion, that's really good with Sagas, Planeswalkers, because you can proliferate the Saga counters. Chrome Mox with a Magmakin Artillerist, interesting. Let's see if this gives us a white source here. During any turn you put a lore counter on this, you can play the card. Ooh, we got a land with a white mana source. That's good. Oh, Painful Truths. Love that card as well. Well, we might as well play Raglan. You know, if they have a board wipe, they have a board wipe, but we'll see. I know when he comes in, he can discard his hand to draw that many, and then he can fight, but it's a lot of mana to do that. It's 12 mana to flip him in total, which seems like a hell of a lot of mana. He does give you the mana back over, like, eventually, like in a slow kind of way, but 3, 4, 5, 6. So he can play Clive, but we do have the removal for Clive now, so do they have some kind of board wipe? That would be annoying. Heraldic Banner, interesting. 3, 4. So they chose to play that over the Clive. They must like the cards in their hand a lot then, because you have to discard your hand. It's not like you may discard X cards. You know what I mean? When you cast creatures by this turn against haste, sure thing. I'm still going to attack first because I want to see what Ragavan gives me. Here comes the removal. Is Ragavan just going to bite the dust here? Lightning Bolt, sure. Well, that's one fewer Lightning Bolt towards Terra, which I'm kind of happy about, actually. Right, so we're going to have to use this to draw 3 then. I need to hit some mana, please. Don't think the opponent's ever seen this card because a bit of a pause there. Oh, Wrath of Disguise. That is going to be very good. I think we win the game, to be honest. They're at 12 in a red deck with no life gain on board. If we use this, they are so screwed. They've got so much support, but not really anything else. So, yeah. I mean, we lose our stuff, but my God, we're going to get some good stuff out of this. I love this card, if you've never seen this before. Ooh, Glory Bringer. I think I will use Fragment Reality on this, only because it gives them a smaller creature that we can use the Wrath on anyway. Or we could go for Fateful Absence, or we could go for Swords. Let's go for Fragment. We could have actually killed the Chrome Mox with this and reduced the mana, and then they wouldn't have got anything because it's 0 mana. It's going to be a Willy Goblin. I know it's Wily, but I always call him Willy Goblin. Go on, use Staff of Completion. Go on, draw another card. Take yourself to 8. And I take off Mogus. Ugh. And to 17. That can block. The next creature we have gains haste. Maybe we do just go for Terra. We can kill this with the Fateful Absence. Screw it. Let's just do it. This is going to be 6 damage, which means they can't use the Staff of Completion very many times now. Oh, and a Flage. That's going to be great in the following turns. Down to 4. And let's just see what's in a graveyard. Well, we could have brought back Ragavan or the Summon. That's pretty cool, though. I love that. That was nice. Nice. So we get to see the brand new Hope, which is a Azorius life gain mill build, which I don't think I've ever seen before. Kind of cool. Right, immediately get rid of the Ruin Crab, because this used to be in standard, and it used to piss me right off. Fetch land, mill 6. That's very potent. Oh, they're not going to be happy with us, though, are they? We're just going to get rid of all their things. But this is the name of the game, sadly. What we got, what we're dealing with. Tutelage, we'll get rid of that. If you've never seen Tutelage before, my God. We're very lucky to get rid of the 2 threats that they've played. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X, where X is the amount of life they gain. Well, here's the thing. We're a mill deck. Oh no, I think they're going to quit. I think they're going to quit. This is just savage. They're going to hate us, aren't they? They're going to hate us. I'm sorry, we're mean. But hopefully they understand the annoying. You know, the format is just powerful. Okay, so we did hit a Lure Warhound, but I'd rather try and hit a natural land drop, to be honest. So we'll discard those two. Those two. What if we miss a land, though? Yeah, what if we miss a land drop? We're going to need that dog. Okay, well, we got that land, which is nice. But we've still got the dog anyway, just in case. Our graveyard is so filled already. It's kind of crazy. So we can pay 5, exile Joshua, which is my name, which is lovely. And then we could have, if he didn't die. Everything in their deck lets us mill, which is good for us. Roxa. Okay. See if we can resolve Zariel. Nice. Make a blocker. Pass to them. So now we've resolved Zariel. A lot of our stuff is going to be quite threatening, I think, if we can keep her. Water Crystal. Each opponent mills cards. Each of them are cards in your hand. That's not that scary. Jace. Okay. So play mills 3 cards, and if a graveyard has 20 or more cards, you draw 3 cards. That's very strong. Just to draw 3 cards. If they give that -3, perhaps. I don't know. What do they want to do? Milling just helps us, remember. We've got Crux, we've got all sorts of stuff. Become subdued. Okay. Do we just go for the ramp? We do need some lands, guys. We desperately need some lands here. Give our creatures +1/+0 and haste until their turn. Attack the dog into the Jace. See what happens here. We might be able to finish Jace off with the Lightning Helix if they don't block. See what they do. I don't mind trading for Hope. That much. Is there something they want to trade for? Okay. Surrender is simpler. Try and finish him off then. Nice. Okay. That's given us a lot of value. It's a funny old Jace, that one. It never feels like it's that scary. Unless you kill someone off. 3x mill is pretty good, to be fair. Can't really complain too much about that. Roxa, they can counter it, but then it goes to the graveyard anyway. So, oof, savage. Prox are just going to deplete their hand, and they have something that lets the mills half our deck. We've got 77. We'll be fine for now. Yes, I got the wrong land, so I couldn't actually play the Croxer. Memory lapse. We'll put it in the library, and then we can use the map to just mill it. And then Croxer can just exile it to get it back to the command zone anyway. Yeah, that kind of weirdly worked out. No.
Let your fury instill fear.
So they're at 30, which is kind of crazy. They gained a bit of life. This is going to be able to come in with haste, mills half their library. But as I said, it just helps our Croxer, helps Terra. There's no trample on that. And this does go. Oh my god, look at what's in our graveyard, guys. That's ridiculous. 34 cards left. I think we'll be fine somehow. Especially with all these things. 28 left. I reckon we can get the job done. Especially with Flage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you so much. I think it was a bad matchup for them. I know it looks bad. Like, we've only got 27 cards left, but they're just not going to have anything left. And the Water Crystal can mill, but at the end of your first combat phase, untap target creature you control, and there's additional. Now, let's just go haste first. Let's get this, get these in. We'll think about double combats just after, because they wouldn't have had haste anyway. Down to 9. So we probably win unless I have some kind of crazy effect here. Make us mill for 1. If this had mill equal number of cards in their graveyard, we would be so dead. But yeah, just look how many awesome graveyard things we have with this dude. It does do double as well. I did forget that, but... Right, let's just go finish them off. Nice. Cool. Thank you, Mill Deck. Put more things in our graveyard. Alright, so with Mulliganed, this hand seemed a lot better. I wanted to find a hand with some removal, and we certainly have that for the Gitrog, which is, it absolutely demands you have removal, or you just get absolutely shafted by this guy. So powerful. Showdown is really great, but I think it's sadly a bit late for now. We want to focus on killing their guys. Ripples of Undeath is going to be fantastic to support our deck as well. I get the Soul Cauldron. Exiles cards from a graveyard. Well, that completely annihilates what we want to do, which is... That's pretty annoying, I have to say. Because whenever we want to revive something from the graveyard, they can now just tap to exile a card from a graveyard. Why the hell is that even in there? Very strange. Very strange indeed. So yeah, basically... We pay 1 now. You pay 1 and 3 life if you do put a card from those into your hand. Interesting, it doesn't target. That's interesting. It doesn't target the card. Well, you learn something new every day, don't you? Annoyingly, though, the reanimate does target. So, yeah, we definitely want to find a way to get rid of this. Exile card from a graveyard. When a creature card exile, also put a counter on top creature you control. Okay. So they're going to slow roll. Just swamps. Only swamps. Okay, so we found an answer. For the Agatha Soul Cauldron. Thank goodness. No, I don't want to be honest, take any more from there. I'm happy doing this, exiling this. And you know what? I'm very, very confident now this is going to go, because our hand is absolutely stacked. Thank goodness we found an answer for it. This is one of those... Eventually you come across games where the opponent just has the nut draw for everything you do, and it is quite frustrating, to be fair. But yeah, we found an answer. Let's keep going. Let's push into the thicket with our machete. Machete. So currently I'm not too worried, because if they play the Gitrog monster... Okay, so they missed the land drop. Absolutely very lucky there. I do wonder if they would have kept playing if they still had this. I don't know. Was that a salty quit? I'm not sure. You tell me. Alright, are we... Okay, so we're kind of playing a mirror, sort of. I mean, it's the same character. So she's a 5-colour milling deck that cares about enchantment. So apparently the character Terra likes to put stuff in the graveyard. That's interesting. So whenever she enters, mill 5. Put an enchantment milled into your hand, and 6. Flipper. Then you create a token that's a copy of non-legendary enchantment you control against haste, saga, put 3 lore counters, bloody hell. So she basically makes something into a saga. Fair enough. A lot of words. I think that's going to be very off-putting for new players. Honestly, I do want to use the Get Lost on this, but I also want to just get some hits in. I think we have to be aggressive. I would like a secondary black source, to be honest, but I guess we'll have to make do with the Skyclave. And yes, they'll get 1 to 2 mana off this turn, but it's going to be nothing compared to the future turns they would have it. But hopefully we'll stop them. And we've got 2 ways to do that currently. Cold Steel Heart. Interesting. Did they miss a land drop? Did they miss a land drop? Unless they play a Surveil land or a Scry land. There we are. Okay, so paid off. We didn't get Terra killed, which is nice. Damnation. Cool. Let's just mill some more things, I guess. There's no creatures in there to return, which is kind of sad, actually. Liliana can make sure of that if we had the black source, but... No, we shan't be doing that. Let's get rid of... This looks a bit weird, but there's a reason I got rid of this. It's because if we got a Sanctum Weaver and they had a board wipe, there would be no issue playing the board wipe, right? But now they would think twice about it. Oh, shit. 5.77. Return all lands we go over to the battlefield tapped. And how many did they mill? They only milled 1, which is very, very lucky. Another creature gets plus X trample X the number of lands you control. Okay. Well, I definitely want to kill that so we can just start getting in. We have to be aggressive, guys. That's just the only way. Anything good? Still no creatures. Down to 11. Yeah, no creatures, but we'll decline. But now, the cool thing is, we've got the doggy. And the doggy lets us continuously protect our dudes. He's like a Terminator dog. Liquid Terminator dog. Oh, shit. Okay, so Yuna's going to be able to return... we can give you end step return enchantment from your graveyard to battlefield with finality counter. Okay, that is irritating. Oh, shit. They got that back. That's quite bad, then. That is quite bad, isn't it? Well, we got damnation. We've got damnation. We are still no creatures milled. But you know what? 5 in the air. I feel kind of confident about this. Well, you'll see what I do next turn. So, yes, we're going to take a bit of a chunk here. That's a shitload of knights. Exile target non-permanent opponent controls. Oh, shit. That's not good. Okay. Well. Yeah, that was pretty clutch of them, wasn't it? To get that. We're going to say 8 plus 6 here. They're at 6. God damn, son of a bitch. That's indestructible as well. Holy crap. Why is that indestructible? Yeah, I'm not happy about this. So we can kill everything but the knights. Bloody hell. And the next time they can bounce something back to our hand. That's not good, is it? Yes, that is not good. Well, which one do we want to keep? Keep the flyer. I know this is weird. I know this survives, but there's not really much else. Indestructible. Sure. Okay. Well, I guess this goes away eventually, but... Turn it, then each opponent discards a card. Okay. Man, he cheated that in so hard. And it's all because of this, this green guy. Milled 5 cards, yeah. Lifelink. We need another bloody board wipe now. This bloody Knights of the Round. We can't even get it with Liliana. Thoughtseize. I think we're just screwed, aren't we? Yeah, I think we are. And then because it's in their turn, they're going to just go off. And there's nothing we can really do about that. Other creatures get +2/+2. Indestructible on each of them. Christ, why is this indestructible? That's what I want to know. Yeah, they've right royally screwed us up with that. And then this becomes a dragon as well. So, but we had to do the damnation. And there's nothing we can do. Let's try trample. Lifelink. I mean... They're all going to be big. See what we're dealing with in the hand here. Even though she is going to be a 5/4, it's not going to do shit. Oh my god. Look at all that stuff. Yeah, we'll quit. There's just just removal, indestructible. Yeah, damn, that deck is good. I really want to unlock that unit and get it on paper, actually. Sure thing. So we're facing Cotis, which is indestructible. And that's why I've made sure my starting hand has a way to get rid of the indestructible. So keep that in mind if you're facing one of these indestructible decks. If your starting hand does not have a way to deal with it, you're going to be in some trouble. I think we're going to go for just a triome, maybe, or a black. Red. Yeah, we'll do that, because then we can try and guarantee a 4th land would be good. Basri too slow right now. Go for the Bloodghast. Can we counter that? No? Okay. Fair enough. Playing a Genesis. So they can play Cotis next turn now, because they're likely going to put a land from them into play. And that's fine. We've got the Liliana. So there we go. It did work off. And we've got swords. So having the backup removal is just really important there as well, because it's likely that they'll have some kind of future protection for this guy in the form of maybe... Oh, actually, they didn't play a land. That's crazy. I just realised. In the top 4, you may put a land on the battlefield. If you don't... Okay, maybe they chose to get something else. Something else super strong. They've got something because they keep, like, holding priority there. I think we go for the Selfless Spirit here. And the reason for that is, if I played the Terra and they had a board wipe, we lose so much value. So we'll just play out some smaller things. Kind of distract him a bit, because we've got Sorin to bring something back. They're playing very, very cautiously, which I find a bit ironic, because this is a very tough command to get rid of. And I just think, just play it. So after all that, they're just going to go for a Seville land anyway. So just play the bloody Cotis then. What was the point in slow rolling that? Okay, there we go, finally. I might as well play 2 players. 2 people's games. And also the reason we're playing the Lily here first is because we want to get out the most expensive spell first. That's a concept that I think a lot of new players might not 100% grasp at first. The reason is because you want to use as many assets as you can as early as you can, and that frees up cheaper assets like this later on. Because you never know if you might have just like 1 spare mana open later on, you can then use it for something extra, right? So Cotis comes back. And we got the land, which is great. So now we're going to discard the Damnation, because it only really affects us, you know. They just won't die from that.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
And they discarded a Bioquartz Godzilla. So we're going to exile this. I mean, we could bring back the Bioquartz if we really wanted to. I am actually going to do that. Thank you. Godzilla works for us now. Okay, so we've made it quite a bit more awkward for our opponent. Again, if they have to... Wonderful. So, in short, if you're struggling against Cotis, just find a few solutions to deal with it, like bounce, minus, sacrifice, steal. And after a couple of kills, opponent probably gets a bit salty and demoralized, because I found that a lot of Cotis players are like that. They throw the rat out the pram when they can't resolve the 1 spell. But the thing about this kind of decks is, it's a Voltron. So, what that means is, everything a Cotis player relies on normally is with Cotis. And if you destabilize that, they then suddenly can't do anything. So keep on top of your Cotis removal, guys, and you won't have too much trouble facing him. Did you know that you can help my channel by watching another one of my videos? Go ahead, you know you want to.